Hi guys, it's Belle here and welcome back from Margarete Miller Monday, and it is week 33. Don't forget to put in this hashtag here and on Instagram so you can see what everyone's doing, and I will leave the links to Margarete Miller's Etsy and YouTube down below. And don't forget, I have playlists not only of everything I've done for this year but for the previous 2 years. Let's get started. This one is going to be right up my street, and after a couple of weeks of some randomness, we are back for a theme. So, a leaf or leaves. I have some scrap of this beautiful kind of retro imagery napkin. Something made from wood. Well, trees. Graph paper. I have some vintage tea-dyed graph paper. It's all ripped and torn, so it's going to work brilliantly. Something that makes you happy. Well, everything in this is going to make me happy, so we'll deal with that. An animal with fur. I have this cute little fox. And bonus, a receipt. Sorry guys, the napkin dropped. You couldn't see, but I had to grab it. So I have this receipt from HomeSense, which you can see I've already die cut out of. And I have to be careful not to lose those actually. So while I'm at it, I'm actually going to put those little die cuts to one side, because otherwise they are going to go missing. And then I'm going to spend the whole video searching for them, because already one seems to not be here. I bet it's in amongst everything. There's another green one not here. All right, well, we'll see if we come across it, and if not, I can always cut out another one, so it's not a big thing. So can you guess? We are going with the theme of autumn, and yeah, that's what we're doing. We are doing autumn, which just makes me happy. Everything about autumn makes me happy. Absolutely everything. So, when it says something that makes you happy, well, there we go. Everything. Right, I'm going to put these to one side too. And move all the papers, because I need to decide where has it gone to. Isn't it just like me to lose something before we've even begun? I might go and cut another one out just so we're ready. Right, so let's start thinking. I'm thinking obviously that I'm going to put this on here, but I want to tear it. So I think what I'm going to do first is trim it to length. And then we can, wrong pencil, but it doesn't matter. Then we can tear. I think I want to leave part of the index card just because it has that beautiful kind of, I'm trying to work out which side I want. I mean, we might see part of it through the napkin, and we may not. So it is what it is. We're going to see how it goes. So I want the trees there. We're going to have the leaves. I mean, I could have it all the way across, couldn't I? Or across like that, so we get the acorn on it. Move it over a little bit. I think I like them there. Okay, I'm going to stick this down. I'm just going to stick it down, and I think I'm going to ink the edge in some walnut stain. Gosh, I am dropping everything today. I haven't filmed in over a week. I did a few videos, and then I've just taken a week off because I've done 2 back-to-back monthly challenges. And it's getting to the busy time of year when it's spooky season. And also festive season. And I just dropped something else. So I took a bit of a break. And now more fingers and thumbs. So I know I'm behind on things like comments and stuff like that. And I think you only got 2 videos last week. Possibly 3? No, you did get 3. I think there was one more that I was hoping to get up by Saturday, but I didn't. So you'll get that this week instead. But yeah, I took a bit of a break. I kind of needed a bit of a rest before my head sort of went boom. And I am just going to use some Mod Podge to put this on with. I mean, obviously you can use a glue stick, but I just prefer Mod Podge. It sticks better and I have less chance of ripping the napkin. Although saying that, you watch and see if I rip the napkin whilst putting this on. I really love the imagery on this one. It does give me sort of retro 60s vibes, which is super cute. And it was in my autumn crafty bits. So it was already a scrap, which is great because that means I get to use up a fun scrap. So yeah, autumn. I've spoke about this so many times in so many other videos, guys. It's my favorite season. I absolutely love absolutely everything about it. Everything. I can't think of one thing I don't like. There might be, and I'm just not thinking of it. Oh, the only thing I don't like is a very small and strange thing. But the only thing I don't like is that there's so many amazing autumnal coffee flavors, and we are super limited on like tea flavors. And that's something I don't like because I can't drink coffee. And then I hear all these amazing flavors. We are starting to, here in the UK, get a bit more pumpkin spice products over here. Now, that is a very American flavor, but so it's only in the past few years that really we've started to see it creep over here. But I can't say I'm mad about it because I love pumpkins. So, and I love pumpkin spice. I mean, it's not my favourite. You know, I'm still more of a top it up with cinnamon kind of thing, girl. But I do love my pumpkin spice a little bit, just a little bit. So you can often get it in a syrup. And when I go in certain shops, they sometimes have it there for coffee. And once I've checked that it's got no caffeine or coffee of any sort, that it's just the syrup, I sometimes get them to add it to a hot chocolate for me. So, you know, I get around it that way. And just because of pumpkins, I've got to put a pumpkin on here because we can't not have a pumpkin. I also love the fact that the pumpkins come out and I can make my pumpkin dishes, especially the soups and things. Like, yes, please. I love some pumpkin soup. Okay, I'm going to put the tab on now. I don't even know if I'm putting it in the right place. I think the last one was in the middle, so we should be all right. And this tab's got chestnuts all over it. Love conkers, or conkers rather. Yeah, it's conkers, not chestnuts. Oh, no, conkers. It used to be such a fun thing when I was little. You know, we'd all play conkers. But unfortunately, a lot of the trees, the horse chestnut trees, have died, which is super sad. And in a lot of schools now, you can't play conkers because it's considered dangerous. And it can be. You get a big conker and it's really going to hurt those fingers. It really is. It's not it's not a gentle thing. I love the changing colours of the leaves. I think we're going to have that on there. Yeah, so you don't find as many of them. Although, where my youngest lives, he has a huge conker tree at the end of his street. So, I've already spied it and will be hopefully picking up. And they're supposed to be good to put on your windowsills to keep away spiders. I have them all over my windowsills, but it doesn't seem to keep away the spiders. So, yeah, but it's meant to. Love all the colours of the leaves. Mr. Fox, you might have to go on this side so that we can put that. Oh, and I wanted to show you, I cut this fox out of, this is a yarn kit, a pom-pom yarn kit that I picked up a couple of years ago, actually, in a charity shop. And I just loved it because it had these little animals on it, and I've kept it. I think the yarn's all been used now, but I kept it specifically for this. So look at that. I get to use Mr. Fox here. Do I want to put him in front of the pumpkin? I think I do. So yeah, I love pumpkin. And I then cut out of my receipt. This one actually says home on it, and there's part of the barcode. This is a HomeSense receipt, and this is my favourite time of year for HomeSense because I go in and they've got all their Halloween stuff. That's the word I'm looking for. And I'm thinking of putting a little banner just under here. I want it to say home. Put a little banner. And then we have the little orange one. I don't even know if I'll get to use the last one, but that's okay if I don't. And I've got one with apples because apple everything. And I did have another one with trees on it. It's just from scrap paper. But that would have gone there like so. And then we could have this. I don't know if we need that last one. And that could go on there. Okay, let's ink around these so they stand out a little bit more. I might actually draw around them too. Not draw around them, put like a black line on there. So yes, a bit of everything on here. I just love this season. Although, and it starts getting cooler, which is always a good thing. And the colours, and mushrooms, and the woodlands, the changing colours, just everything, guys. Just everything I just love about this season. And that's just that. Like there's nothing else to say. So, obviously, something you love. Everything on here. Everything. Now, where's my pen? I'm thinking of doing this before I put it on, just so we get a bit of a border, so they stand out a bit more. Don't really need to do it over the top because they're going to be underneath, but the perfectionist in me finds it difficult not to do the top. And apples, oh my gosh. I mean, I have my own apple tree, so, but we don't really have a lot of things like apple farms around here in the UK, where I am anyway, because I always watch all those programs and see you guys in the States sort of going apple picking at the apple farm, and apple cider donuts. That's something I've never had. I think I've spoken about this before, but in the States, I think cider's different. So what we think of it as here in the UK, because cider here in the UK is an alcoholic drink, whereas I get the idea that in the States, cider for you guys is like apple juice, hot or spiced apple juice. That's what I get the idea it is. I could be wrong. Please correct me down below if I am. But yeah, that's what I get the feeling it is. But over here, it's actually alcoholic. So yeah. But I do watch all those shows and think, oh my goodness, I'd love to go apple picking, says me with my own apple tree. But, you know, it's a bit different when you're in a giant orchard. And I know we have orchards over here because cider's a big thing in this country, apple cider, the alcoholic version. And, you know, there's all these specialist ciders with all sorts of flavours in them. I don't know, I think I saw toffee apple and blackberry and all, I mean, you name it, there's all sorts of different flavours. I don't know, I don't drink alcohol, so I don't drink. Or I rarely, like it maybe one drink a year, something like that. So, but yeah, we can add that one now. So that's good. Let me ink that one. But yeah, so I know that it's like a whole thing in this country. It's like a artisanal craft ciders. But yeah, I think it's different for you guys in the States. But then I look and I just go, oh, we have had pumpkin farms here for a little while where you can go pick your own pumpkin. And I do that every year. Even though the kids are older now, I still go with my partner. And yeah, so I love all that. But again, that's fairly new as an activity in this country. Love it. Yeah, so I love all that. I can't wait every year until the supermarkets. I like to eat as seasonally as possible. So I get super excited at this time of year because all the pumpkins and squashes are out. And I just start, picking them up and making soups and dishes and all that kind of thing from them. I know that's green on green, but it's there and it is what it is. So yeah, I love all that too. I get very excited when I go in and I see everything in the shops. And I'm like, yes, please, all of the yummy goodness. Then you roast the pumpkin seeds and you can add cinnamon to them. And they're just my favourite flavours. Cinnamon, spices. This is why it's my favourite time of year. Because suddenly it doesn't seem weird if you have a cinnamon candle burning all year round. So, yeah, I don't know. So everything, guys, everything. And you're starting to plan and it's snuggle weather and you can get all your blankets out and more candles and yeah. I don't know. It's just a whole thing. Right, so what week is this? 33. So yes. Oh, he looks very regal, doesn't he? He's like, yes, I am the king of the forest. And what you gonna do? Let me have a look. I've got a whole sticker sheet here, but I don't really think we need anything else. We've got super tiny leaves, but there's already a lot on here. But I did want to just put I love autumn because it says something that you love. And I was thinking of just putting I love autumn on here too. Just in case. Just in case it's not obvious. We could actually put it that way, couldn't we? Yeah, just in case it's not all obvious. I'm trying to see where I want it now. I don't really want it in front of the fox. Could put it there in front of the pumpkin. I don't think we need it, but I wanted to add it. Yeah, we're going to put it on the side like that. Yes, and then just one last thing to add. We're going to add some gold splatters because why not? We've got all the other colours on here, greens and reds and browns and oranges. So obviously, guys, we need the gold. But before we do that, we're going to look at this. So a leaf or leaves. So we've got this in the background. We've got napkin. Super cute. Something made from wood. We have trees and trees. And if we want to be really picky, the index card, because it's paper. Graph paper. I've got some vintage graph paper behind there. Not that you can really see it now, but it is what it is. I was wondering about putting another bit, but no. Something that makes you happy. Everything. An animal with fur. Mr. Foxy. And bonus, a receipt. So we've got the Home Sense receipt. So I want to add that onto the back because then I'm going to add gold splatters and yeah. And I'm going to use something else today to add the splatters with. So I'm going to do that. And I also need to think about, I'm going to grab some scrap paper and just like, I don't mind it too much on here. I don't want it so much on some of the words, but I don't mind some of it. It's not even staying down very well. What is the point of that? Okay. And we don't want them on his eyes, so we'll do that. He's looking at me like, hello. So my son gave me this set. There's 4 of them of this gold ink. It's meant to be, well, it's, I can't remember what it says, but it's a type of ink anyway. And there was a silver and gold and a black and a white, and I haven't used them. So I pulled this out the other day. What does it say it is? Stairwell. Ink may be thinned with distilled water. I used it the other day, this gold one, and it just gives the lightest gold. Sorry, I'm just shaking it up. Gives the lightest kind of gold outline. Really trying to get that mixed because it's gone right to the bottom because I've had these a while. Yeah, I was organising my drawers and I came across this. So it did say you can use it almost like watercolour. That's what it said anyway. It's really, it's so, I mean, look at that. So I'm just going to splatter this on here rather than getting paint out. And I know it dries because I've actually used it on acetate, which is good to know that it actually, look, I've got all of this now and I don't want to waste it. But it's not as in your face as the other gold would be, but it just gives it this shimmer. If I use paint, I mean, it's not as in your face as if I used paint. And like I did before, I'm going to keep that bit because it's a scrap with gold splatters on it. So why would you not keep it? This bit can go. So I'm hoping it will dry Mr. Foxy because of it drying on acetate. That's what I'm hoping. Okay, so there we go. So we've added some gold, some sparkle. And that's today's one, guys. Now I've got all this on here and I want to know where I can put it because I hate the idea of wasting it. Yeah, that's today's one. So I hope you enjoyed this one. It's given me all the feels. Summer has finally arrived here in the UK. We've had a couple of weeks of a massive heat wave. And I'm kind of over it. We're almost at the middle of August and I want the autumn weather. I've waited this long for the summer and now I'm just like, yeah, over it now. It's near August. We're coming to September soon. I need to be getting all my autumn fleeces and jumpers and dresses and things out. So, you know, but we must be thankful for the weather we have when we have it because you never know, do you? So that's it today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. I love how it turned out. And I will be back again soon with another video. Until then, wherever you are in the world, whatever season you are experiencing, I hope you're having lots and lots of crafty fun. Bye for now.